The state level, Maryland is facing a deficit of its own, nearly $3 billion. Governor Wes Moore says it will take both increased revenues and reduced spending to make up that gap. Programs that serve Marylanders with disabilities could lose $200 million from the state budget. Tara Lynch is live at 11. Tara, what are advocates telling you?
Well, advocates for neighbors who have disabilities say that this cut is just unacceptable and that it turns back the clock on civil rights. Meanwhile, we have heard from the state on this topic. They say this is one of the more difficult cuts in that budget to make, but they also say that funding over the last 3 years is still up overall. We did attend a rally last week in Annapolis, and that message was very clear: save our services. The Maryland Developmental Disabilities Coalition says if this budget passes, $457 million will be cut to developmental disability services, $200 million from the state, and the other half from matching federal funds. The budget seeks to eliminate a grant program to fund low-intensity support services like summer camps. It also calls for changes to the self-directed services program, where Marylanders with disabilities can choose their care, like Matt Rice.
I'm responsible for the hiring, training, and retention of my own support staff. But if these budget cuts go into effect, I may lose support staff.
They help them live their lives. They help them have jobs. They help them be able to be in the community. And without that, they would be forced to go into nursing homes, institutions, and hospitals, and that's not acceptable.
Last month, the Moore-Miller administration said this cut will increase efficiency and provide more equitable services. According to the state, it is reducing spending to match that of the 2024 fiscal year budget.
While the actions will be difficult for some constituencies, this is one of the most difficult proposals in the budget that we're bringing the General Assembly. We have targeted actions that better leverage federal funding and align Maryland's program more closely with federal guidance and practices in other states.
Advocates fear these cuts turn back the clock on civil rights, which they call a dark time when neighbors with disabilities could only receive care in nursing homes, institutions, and hospitals. The state says this administration has increased funding by more than 2/3 since fiscal year 2023.
If Governor Moore is serious about not leaving anyone behind, we need to find another way to pay for the state's deficit that is not on the backs of people with disabilities.
Now, organizations who are against these cuts say the cuts would impact 18,000 of our neighbors and their families. Meanwhile, the budget remains top of mind for lawmakers in Annapolis. The state needs to pass a balanced budget by April. For now, reporting live on your corner in Baltimore County, Tara Lynch, WJZ.
All right, Tara, thank you.